What is up, guys? Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to another trade recap. Today I took one trade during lunch. It was a scale. It was a first TP where I scaled the majority of the position, and then the rest got stopped out at my entry and at break even. So here's the executions. You can see I sold 16 here, bought back 12 down here, and then the rest got stopped out here, right? And I'm up about, I have four fundeds, and I'm up about 2250 across all of them. This is just the 250 here. And then you just times that by five, and that's 2250. So yeah. Oh, and a really cool thing, I'm also eligible for a payout on the 50K for like 700 bucks. I'm gonna wait a bit because I'm one trade away from passing six other evals, so I'm just gonna take it simultaneously after I pass those evals. But yeah, pretty exciting stuff. I'm really proud of my performance this week. This is one of the better weeks I've had in the last 2 weeks, just due to the really bad price action. I feel like I think I've just been developing better in terms of just like a trader, being more patient, all that jazz. But anyways, enough of me yapping. I'll jump into why I took the trade I took and all that jazz and my bias going into the day. So going into the day, I was more so, I was I was loosely bullish. The reason for that is on the hourly, we had formed this order block here, as well as this breaker right here. And then we displaced higher, forming market structure shift here at this high. And then, yeah, I thought we would probably displace higher towards these highs right here, which would be the draw on liquidity. And then on the daily, we also had inversed this gap here, right? So a lot of things were pointing bullish. The only concern of mine was we did leave these perfect equal lows here on NQ that align with London lows. So I thought that was really interesting. And during AM, there was really nothing for me whatsoever. Let me just delete these drawings because they're not really relevant anymore. There wasn't really for me anything whatsoever. I mean, it was a pretty clear buy model, as you can see here. There was just no really strong retraces to equilibrium for me to catch along, right? And I wasn't really interested in shorts until we perhaps went to this region where we saw these highs, and there's a 30-minute gap here. And yeah, there wasn't really anything. However, there was actually one long that I hesitated on. It was this one here. It's just the price action during this was like kind of buns. All right. Where is it was kind of buns. And one thing that also kind of threw me off was we had inversed the first presented fair value gap here. Okay, it's not saving my templates, but this was first presented fair value gap, and we had closed below it by like 2 points here. So I just thought it was really weird price action, so I just didn't want to participate in this. So then I kind of just sat here, really didn't do anything. There was nothing at all up until, and I sat through lunch macro. It was like really interesting. It was just chop, 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 and then we displace higher, then chop, 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 and displace higher. And then finally, come lunch session, literally at 11, price displaced way higher here, and we formed this 3 minute. And the reason why I liked this, right, was on the 4 hour. This was in OTE, as you can see here. This is on OTE, and we were retracing back into this breaker here, as well as this order block on the 4 hour. So in my head, I was like, okay, if price were to reverse, I think it makes sense to reverse here, especially if we have these perfectly equal lows down here, right? And we hadn't yet closed above this 4 hour bearish gap, which you can see now is it's like retracing this entire move. So there's a chance that in 2.5 hours, when this 4 hour closes, that we could close actually below this, which would just confirm that we would probably go down to here, right? So that was really my thought process. It was mainly because we were in OTE, we retraced back into these 4 hour bearish PD arrays, and on the 30 minute, we had not yet inversed this gap either, right? So those are really my confluences of this trade. And in my head, I was like, okay, if we displace stronger to the downside, I think we're gonna at least go to equilibrium here of this price range, because the entire AM session there's no retraces whatsoever. And I mean, if you guys have been in the market, basically it basically never happens where we just go up forever without getting a retrace to 50%, right? So that was really the thought process behind that. And I was eyeing this 3 minute here, and I didn't take this one because the closure had swept this internal low, and I was worried about this gap right here, right? So I actually went on the 5 minute and I took this one, this 5 minute inverse. And my stop loss, I put my hard stop right here, but I would have closed out if we probably had a candle closure above this or above this SIBI right here, this bearish gap. But I just put my hard stop right here. And the first scale was down here. This is a volume imbalance. That's why I chose it. So I scaled out. I took 8 micros. I took 6 off here. Six? Did I take 6 off? Yeah, I took 6 off here. And then the remaining 2, I would have left to hit this swing low here. I set the limit right here just to be safe because that just aligns perfectly with 50%, right? And it doesn't really matter to me if we hit this low or this low. I mean, really not much of a difference. So that's why I put that there. And I went break even as soon as we displaced and swept this internal low. And yeah, that's really the trade. Up 2250, like I was saying. And yeah, there's really nothing much else to say. One thing that I've noticed is since the AM's price action has been a little funky, you could say. I've been sitting around a lot more and just being working on being patient and just waiting until either lunch or PM to find a trade because recently, like every single time AM's been trashed, PM and lunch have just like cooked tremendously. And that's really been paying off with the trades I've been taking. About like half the wins I've taken in the last 2 weeks are from PM and lunch. So really grateful to find these opportunities in the market. All right. And yeah, that's really the trade recap, guys. Hope you guys learned something from today. And I will see you guys in the next video or the next trade recap I post. Hope you guys have a blessed rest of your day.